It's below average.
Yes.
Uh, but it's not just complete and utter bullshit.
Yeah. That's.
So
Anyway, they turned it.
Omari, you give Bio Brawley a fair chance because I gave Brawley a second
I
coming,
gave this
and
a
I was
fair chance.
shitting.
I'm
I
giving that
was
one a fair
I was
chance.
hating on this motherfucking movie,
I'm
shitting on.
giving that one a fair chance. I still think it's bullshit, and I will give it a fair chance because I know it's bullshit. It's a movie about bullshit moving through a factory. We'll get over it. We'll get into it.
If you go into this movie and you genuinely watch it and like it, then you admit that shit. And if I genuinely watch it and I hate it, I'll admit the same.
Like I just can't believe that you like the movie.
I actually kind of fucking remember liking it. Yeah. Is it as good as the first? Out of the Brawley trilogy, the best one is the first one. Like no, hands down. But is Bio Brawl as good as the first one?
As
No.
far as I'm concerned, it's
I-
yet. Okay,
Is it better than
yay,
Second Coming? Bio Brawl.
no,
Better than
no,
Second.
God.
You think Bio Brawley is worse than Second Coming?
Yes, and so does anyone else. Everyone else I've asked is like, what is wrong with your friend? Why does he think Bio
Other
Brawley is
people have
better?
said this. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Other people have said this. Like you about it. That's funny as fuck.
Like, did he see the movie? What's up, everybody? We're back again, ready to go here. It's your boy, the sublimely magnificent, big ugly himself, Omari Ellis, right here with my boy, Superjaz, wearing the Superman
I'm
shirt.
about to say, I
We
didn't
got
even
this
wear this on
going.
purpose.
Yeah,
That's hilarious.
Superjaz. He wants you to know. Superman, Super Saiyan, it don't matter. We got Superjaz, and we're talking about some Dragon Ball today. It's the time to talk about the movie everybody likes the most, right? Everybody's favorite movie, movie 11, Bio Brawley. All right, we're gonna get into
We
this.
had number
I went
11
into this-
already.
I went into this open mind, just for you. Actually, I went into it open mind because we're doing reviews, and the last time I saw this movie was like more than 10 years ago.
You genuinely went in with an open mind.
I went in open mind.
Okay,
Let's
finish
go.
what you were saying. Okay.
Last time I saw it was 10 years ago. We'll get into it as we go on through the movie. Alright. So, we've lately just been hopping into it. We gonna hop into it again. So we just started off with this rich guy talking about his bio warriors, and it's his voice. It's a little weird to start like, yeah, my fucking and bio warriors. You gonna make them? We're gonna expose this fraud. And I'm like, what is wrong with this dude? And then he says some line. I don't even remember what the line was off the top of my head, but it pretty much sounded. I'm like, oh, this is King Kai's voice actor. Okay, I get it now. No wonder his voice sounds weird, or at least it sounded like it.
I did not put two and two together.
It was it's based on that line. I could be entirely wrong, but it fucking sounded like King Kai was talking for a second. It could be a different person. It's Funimation. They use a lot of the same voice actors. Not that that's a bad thing. Those people are all very talented, and that's why they're able to be used, like Mr. Sabat.
Christopher Sabat does a lot of
I said
people,
like
right?
Mr. Sabat.
Oh shit! Look at us! Look at us! Right?
Yeah. Anyway, also the whole plot is to expose the fraud. I'm just gonna go out on a limb, even if I hadn't seen the movie before, and guess he's talking about Hercule. That's the main fraud in the series. Sure enough, opening the credits. You know, got that going. We got a power, keep it going. And we cut back to this thing. We got Hercule at home. His shit's getting broken because 18 wants her money from something that happened in the canon where they had the fighting tournament and she threw the final match for him. And she's just like, just give me the prize money and you can keep your reputation because I don't really give a damn about the reputation. Apparently he ain't gave her money yet.
People say movies are non-canon and most of them are, but they actually tied this into the series. So.
Well, they tried.
Even I would say even in the slightest way.
They mentioned something from the series to give you an idea of where this takes place. It at least takes place after that tournament.
Exactly. You know, when she threw the tournament to make him look good. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, dude shows up, fucking in a helicopter in a suit. Some dude with glasses, you know, like, I'm here. And then he trips, his pants fall down, and he falls in a fucking pool.
Yeah, that was random as hell. I was like, okay, my bad for cutting you off, but I was watching it. I was like, bro, why did your pants just fall? Why did you like? He was just walking and his suspenders just popped.
And it's not
They just
even
popped.
like a returning gag or something where it's like, oh, this guy's
It
clumsy and
just
he never
happened.
like ties his belt right or something. No, it just no reason. Man drops
His
his pants and
suspenders
falls in
popped.
the water. Okay.
That
Anyway,
was like that was weird.
yeah, it comes
That's
out.
Brawley's second company shit right there. Anyway,
Yeah, and he comes in and he's like, shows up the challenge. Apparently, he's like, I've got a challenge. My cousin knows you really well. His name's Jaguar. And Hercule's like, oh, I know that guy. That guy fucking sucks. He went to camp with
that is
me,
a
and I
good
beat his
Hercule
ass.
impression, by the way.
Well, thank you. He's like, I beat his ass. He ain't shit. And he's like, well, he wants to fight you now. And he doesn't even just want to fight you. He wants you to fight his new super warrior army thing. He has an army? None of them have spiky hair, do they? I'm allergic to a certain kind of hair product. And I'm like...
Which is a slick way to get out of there. That was a steal.
He's like, I really don't want to fight any fucking Super Saiyans. If they're there, I'm just not gonna fucking fight them. I already know I'm losing to these motherfuckers. And 18's like, yeah, you can go on this, but you're just gonna run away and not give me my money, so I'm coming too.
Right.
And Krilla's like, I want to come. And she's like, nah, you stay with the baby. Aw, but I don't want to stay with the baby. It's like, oh, we don't even get Krillin for this movie. Okay. All right.
Not yet. Not yet.
Again, I'm going with the thing like, hey, I don't know all the plot already coming into the movie.
True.
Oh, we don't even get Krillin. All right, but the kids are going. Cool. So our cast for this movie is the kids, Hercule, and 18.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
They're taking chances, so I get it. I get it.
That's what we got. All right.
Get it.
So we go to the island. I didn't say yay or nay. Just said that's what we got. We go to the island, and they're walking on the island. We see all these green and purple fucking people. They're muscular and stuff, but they don't look too fucking ridiculous. Hercule's still like, I brought my disciple along in 18. She's going to have to deal with this stuff.
Disciple.
Meanwhile, the kids are spying, and there's like an angry dog that's like, blah, 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 fucking demon dog. And,
but then you pet it.
And Trunks is like, oh shit, it's a dog. And Goten's like, it's okay. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? I'm like, that is not a good boy. But apparently it calmed down. Because, I don't know, Kakarot syndrome. Okay,
it went from looking like the devil to looking like the cuddliest dog in the world. Like,
yeah, I don't know about the cuddliest dog in the world, but a dog nonetheless. Goten and Trunks talk bioengineering. Goten doesn't know what it is. Trunks only kind of knows what it is. He knows words about it, but couldn't really tell Goten anyway. He's just like, what's bioengineering? Oh, it's when you make clones and stuff using technology. Seriously. Oh, what's that? What's that? It's bioengineering. Oh, you're so smart.
Bruh, I forgot, based off of last movie and this movie, I forgot, from what I had seen in the series and whatnot too. Mm-hmm. I forgot just how much of a slick talking motherfucker Kid Trunks is. Yeah. I forgot. Trunks, when he grew up, wasn't really like that. Kid Trunks is slick talking as shit, though.
Well, future Trunks also didn't have much fun or slick to talk about. It's everyone I know is dead. Everyone my mom knows is dead. And now we got people still dying left and right. Oh, hey, here's this Gohan guy. He's pretty cool. Oh, he's dead, too.
Because, Goten being gullible... Yeah, Goten is gullible. I get that, but I mean, he's a little kid, so that's understandable. Gullible little kid.
Trunks is only a year older than him.
But what I'm saying is, Kid Trunks is slick talking, fucking gaming as fuck, dude.
He's fucking smart too, cause his mom is fucking Bulma.
Bulma, right?
In score of 20 in this bitch. Anyway. And his dad is Vegeta, who isn't exactly dumb. He's just dumb in the way all Saiyans are, where it's like,
right.
I could be smarter, but I'm putting all my intelligence points into fucking how to fight and battle strats. Although he has more intelligence points and other stuff. Kakarot's literally all bad. I don't think that's because he doesn't have intelligence that he could put elsewhere. It's just that part of his brain is damaged. Anywho, the kids follow them all in there. We go in. Fucking Hercule comes in yeah, I'm the best. Fucking slips on a banana peel, falls into the fucking center of the ring. He's mad that there's no audience, and Jaguar's like, yeah, and he points, and the dude's got the camera. He's like, no, we're filming this shit. You gonna have everybody see it.
Dude was this tall.
Yeah. Fucking Jaguar's like, okay, I get that this is Dragon Ball and whatever, and theoretically small people can fight big people, but there ain't no way that little motherfucker was ever a rival to Hercule. Yes. Yes, Hercule's a scrub compared to the main cast. We've mentioned this in the past.
But
However,
compared to other
compared
humans,
to other people in the fucking world, he shits on everything that's not a fucking Z fighter. And you're gonna tell me this guy was the thing, which just gave Hercule more credit for his point earlier. Yeah, we were rivals until we were like 12. Then I beat his ass and never saw him again. It's like, yeah, because clearly you kept growing and he didn't. Or rather, you grew up, he grew wider. Anyway, cut to a fucking table, you know, with a bunch of food. I'm like, oh, that food's about to disappear. The fucking kids are there. Sure enough, it's a feast. Ah, yay! Oh,
sneaking, taking food, yeah.
And they're like, wait, who's that guy behind Jaguar and the others? Oh, it's the fucking summoner from last movie. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know why he's here, but to be fair, he was just chanting some random shit the morning that Brawley showed up, and then we don't see him the rest of the movie. So, alright.
I think his name was Min Min, is that right?
I have no fucking idea.
I think it's Min Min. Somebody in that movie's name was Min Min if it wasn't him.
Probably.
So.
But, you know, they're talking about stuff, and Jaguar's like, it's gonna be a tournament. He's like, my disciple 18's gonna fight, right? For 20 million more zenny. Sure.
Yeah.
Sure, why not? And then he's like, ha ha ha, this'll be easy. And he's like, okay, well, it's gonna be a tournament. And 18, not about the bullshit. Which I always love characters that are not about the bullshit. She's just not about the bullshit. She just blows up the tournament screen like, no, I'm fighting all these motherfuckers right now. But that wouldn't even be fair. And then the kids pop out, we're gonna fight too! Haha, my other disciples! Oh, you son of a bitch, you brought other disciples. And they beat up the fucking warriors. It's free. It's about as free as you would expect it to be. Hercule laughs like he's doing something. He's not. And eventually, the guy's talking about, like, I'm gonna fine, bring out my secret weapon, my newest warrior. And you got the super scientist, like, trying to, like, show that there's an extra one, and Trunks goes over trying to brag to him. I know about biotechnology, my mom's a scientist. And Goku's like, that guy has a tail. What? That means he's a Saiyan, right? Look at him. Oh shit, it is Brawley. See the summoner dude, he's like, time to GT the fuck FO. And
that shit was funny.
And they stopped him and they're like, what are you doing here? He's like, you guys ruined my job. You made me lose my job as a summoner. So, you know what? I went to the scene of the fight, found some of his dried blood, and all I needed was one drop. And I knew this guy, who no one's ever heard of, would pay millions to get it for his secret fucking bio warriors. So this guy, no one's ever heard of, working on a secret plan, I knew he would charge millions of dollars, or pay millions of dollars, to get this drop of dry blood from a guy no one's ever heard of.
To be fair.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead.
No, I'm saying Mr. because you're Mr. To be fair. So let me to be fair you real quick. To be fair, if there is a random island that this dude is some random summoner witch doctor over that ain't nobody ever heard of with these people living in the backwoods, I could believe he would have. I could believe he would have random connections.
Again, there wasn't even a knock. I wasn't even gonna be like, oh, that's stupid. It's just like, okay, whatever. That's all I was gonna say. Is okay, whatever. This makes sense. It's silly, but this makes sense.
No, okay, because I could believe he would have random connections as random as everything about his existence was.
It's like, but whatever, moving on. Like, the guys are like, hey, we got Brawley in here. Not sure how you know his name, but we got Brawley here, and he's gonna be programmed to my commands, and he's gonna do everything I say with mind controls. I'm like, sure, programmed to your commands, because that worked so well for the last guy that tried to mind control him and do stuff. The Paragus or whatever his name was. Yeah, it worked so well for him trying to mind control him.
And that was his fucking father shit. Yeah.
Meanwhile, the kids are like, nah, fuck this shit. Y'all ain't releasing him. We're gonna fire Kamehameha on here. I'm like, wait, Trunks knows the Kamehameha?
Oh, real quick before you continue. What I thought was Min Min or whatever the fuck his name was when he was like, I brought Brawley back and everything and did all this shit. He said something that they had some one-liners in here that was supposed to be funny, but I thought this was funny as shit. This dude, they go, you realize that you've just doomed the whole universe? And he's your problem now. And I'm just thinking, bruh, if the entire universe is doomed, he's your problem too eventually.
Yeah, you doomed the whole universe. Well, he's your problem now. You're in the universe.
He'll be yours though.
You're in the universe. But yeah, he runs, gets in an elevator, tries to GTFO, and they're like, "Fuck this, we're gonna blow this thing up." And they're trying to do it. All of a sudden, lightning starts barking. Brawley goes Super Saiyan into tank,
And they
and
stopped the
they stop firing.
Kamehameha wave.
Exactly. Why not
But
fire? Fire.
you thought the same thing I did.
Yes, it's literally in my notes. Why not fire? Are the words. Why not fire?
They stopped the Kamehameha wave as this thing is about to bust out. You stop it before it busts. If you have weeds growing in your backyard, you clip the main one before
Yes.
it gets out of hand.
Yeah,
You
round
don't
up,
wait.
motherfucker, round up.
You don't wait for it to cover the whole backyard and then say, "Oh no,
It's
look at
like,
these weeds."
oh shit, I think that might be a weed. Oh shit, it is a weed. Well, I'm not. I'm gonna just wait for this to escalate. What?
Yeah.
No.
This was Roundup. They might as well have said Round Up.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
fuck.
So,
Uh,
anywho, Brawly
I love
mad
people
now.
the same shit.
Yeah. Anywho, Brawly mad now, starts breaking out, and the guy's like, "Put the security casing on there. It's the subject C-13 is broken up." And it's like, okay, start closing it up. I'm like, oh yeah, that's not gonna work. Surely enough, it doesn't. And it's like, oh shit, here comes, and then he starts melting. And it's like, oh shit, wait, that ain't Brawly. That's a shit monster.
Oh fuck you.
That ain't Brawly. That's
It
a
was-
shit monster.
It was bioengineered goop. That doesn't sound too much better than shit, but it wasn't shit though. It wasn't shit.
It was
not
like
shit.
greenish brown and lumpy. So
It wasn't lumpy. It was oozy. It wasn't lumpy.
fair enough.
But it was diarrhea, I guess. So.
The bottom line is, that ain't Brawly. That's a shit monster. So the kids are like, oh well, we gotta fight the shit monster. Let's get in there. So they start trying to fight it. They can't hurt it, but they keep making a lot of explosions, which causes the whatever the name of the fluid he was in. Apparently, when it's
I forgot what it's
exposed
called.
to oxygen, according to the scientists who made it. Oh no, if it's exposed to oxygen, it just turns into acid and melts everything it touches.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah. And it's like, well, okay. And now the kids are just causing more explosions and Kaizen get everywhere. Summoners, like, trying to...
Wait. I didn't hear that, but now that I'm thinking, if it's exposed to oxygen, it turns into acid and melts everything it touches. When did they ever think it wasn't going to eventually get exposed to oxygen? Keep going. Whoa, okay, keep going.
Yeah.
When did they ever think that was not going to be an issue?
So the summoners like, haha, everything is going okay. Meanwhile, people are trying to escape. Summoners like dancing in a room. Acid comes through the walls, kills them. Other people are in an elevator.
People
they
got
die
killed
too.
off screen like a motherfucker. in this
Other
movie.
people in the elevator, they're like, the elevator gets jammed, it opens, they die too. It's like, whoa, people are dying left and right to this fucking acid.
I was like, they're killing everybody off screen, like implied but obvious deaths.
Yeah. 18 is trying to fight the shit monster. It's not working well. She almost gets hurt and almost dies. Krillin shows up to save the day, like, I can't let you, die. You're my wife. I was worried about you. And Krillin fights. It's still not working. The kids are like, get the upper hand on the shit monster. They're like, nah, fuck this. You ain't no
You gonna
real
keep
Brawler.
calling the shit monster? Goddamn.
Hey, get the upper hand on him. And then they were doing okay, and then they like get ready to do the Kamehameha thing again while he's pinned to the fucking wall. And then Hercule's like, "Oh, somebody help me!" Ah! And then
And he
they
has to
go,
stop,
and they
yeah.
get distracted, so they stop firing again because Goten goes to help Hercule.
That was more understandable than just.
That's
hey,
more
let's
understandable than the first one, but still. So Shit Monster gets the upper hand, grabs fucking Goten, knocks out Trunks, knocks out 18, grabs Goten, gets ready to fucking choke him out. Krillin's like, haha, bam, Destructo Disc. Oh wait, it doesn't work. Oh, it worked,
Doesn't mean a
but it doesn't
damn
work.
thing.
Yeah, it worked, but it didn't. Okay, he just healed instantly. Gets owned as well. The dog dies. They just randomly cut to the dog running around, the demon dog running around, and it's like, oh shit, acid. Dog's dead too. Well, fuck.
Yeah, they were killing them. They were killing people like a motherfucker in this movie, like you said.
Yeah. And then Trunks gets an idea, because nothing's working. He's like, wait, there's acid burning everything in sight. I know. I'll just fucking cover him in acid, and I'll distract him by mooning him apparently because we need that to happen.
We came off a second coming, so yeah.
No,
Oh, and then he fucking flicked them off.
yeah, he did flip him off. He mooned him, flipped him off, and then tried to distract him. And he's like, "I'm gonna cover him in acid," which, to be fair, not a bad idea. But no acid comes out when he first tries to blow it up, and then it's like, "Oh wait, never mind. It was just on a delay." Covers him in acid, and then it's like, all of a sudden, it's like, "Oh no, it didn't kill him. It just made him bigger." And no, he's just gone. It's just acid everywhere. Time to evacuate the island. I guess we beat him because he got hit by the acid. They start trying to evacuate the island. Ooze is literally covering everything. Apparently made more powerful by absorbing the shit monster. And then it's like chase, and they get everybody off the island except Hercule, who's like running on land.
I was like, it absorbed Brawley's energy, and his energy made the goo more powerful or some shit. But yeah.
So it's covering the whole island. It's a big volcanic island like type deal.
It was fucking shit up.
Covered. And Hercule's apparently the only one that doesn't get saved. He's running on the fucking island, running from the acid, and then he jumps in the water. Acid hits the water, turns into rock, and it's like, and its weakness is water. And they're like, oh, its weakness is water. Kamehameha! Blow up the like acid and shit. It's like, okay, well, that was easy. Oh wait, we didn't kill the shit monster though. Here he comes. JK, he was weak to water too. And Kamehameha, it's done. They laugh at Hercule, who's like, help me! 18's like, give me money. It'll be $100 million total. He's like, nah, I'll swim back to wherever the fuck we're from. And they laugh at him as he's trying to swim away. And it's like, you realize he'll probably die, right? But sure, let's laugh at Hercule. And then it cuts to Goku like, what? Brawly's in hell causing a bunch of chaos, and King Kai wants me and Pikkon to fight him? It's like, oh, apparently Goku's got to go to hell to fight Brawly. But of course we don't get that. Movie over.
They just see. This is what I was thinking when that happened. I was like, y'all just couldn't have a movie end without some Goku appearance when they show Goku. I was like, y'all just couldn't have this movie closed without showing Goku in some capacity.
He's the main character.
No, but I mean, we had a Goten Kid Trunks Videl centered episode last time. We had a Goten Kid Trunks
again.
Hercule 18. Yeah, but I mean, just let the movie end without Goku. Because Goku made a quick appearance in Second Coming. He made a quick appearance in this movie.
He made an even quicker appearance in this movie.
Even quicker and not important at all, like appearance in this movie.
Yeah. So.
All right, go ahead, my bad.
That's Bio Brawly. That's the movie. It was a movie.
Oh God.
Careful. Or you okay? I meant to say like push you or something equivalent instead of careful, but.
Did you say careful?
Yeah, like, careful. And I'm like, oh wait, I could have said anything other than careful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Question mark.
It was meant to be sympathetic. Anyway.
What are you gonna say?
So
my sneeze interrupted you.
That's the synopsis of Bio Brawly.
Mm-hmm.
Now, okay. Again, I told you, went into this with a clear mind. And
I did too. I went into it with an open mind too, as well. Of like, I was like, if it sucks, it sucks. So I did too. Go ahead.
I went into it and I'm like, okay, this movie is indeed technically better than I remember. However, I still rank it less than the previous movie. And I'll tell you why. Not only do we have the boring first half, because I wasn't really that interested in the first half of it, and it features a cast that has none of the big four. Last movie at least had a fucking Gohan. This doesn't even have Gohan in it. Doesn't have Gohan, Vegeta, Piccolo, or Kakarot for real, except for that last 30 seconds we just talked about. It has none of that, as long as some the sign shit for the revolution. The resolution where it's like, oh, the weakness was water the whole time. We were scared for nothing. Which apparently the scientists who created it and knew that oxygen made it acidic didn't know that water would turn it back into a rock. But the previous movie had one thing this movie didn't. Brawly. This movie has a shit monster named Brawly, and it literally could have been anything. But they tried to sell it as a Brawly movie because it calling it, the bio shit monster versus the C team wouldn't get people to care enough about it.
Oh
Now, now,
damn!
granted,
You shit on the movie hard. The bio shit monster versus the C team. God,
now,
ow!
now,
I felt that.
granted, I had confused the shit monster with the pile of acid over the past 10 years of remembering this movie. Or rather, I combined the two in my memory into one big entity. I thought the acid and the shit monster were one and the same the whole time. Like when he first goops, I thought it was just literally that, and that it slowly grew across the fucking factory. They were separate things. So I will say that, and while they did combine, it was much later in the film for like the last, 10 minutes or so. However, Shit Monster versus the C Team or the C Team and 18, because 18 is better than the rest of the C Team. It not only does not really a good movie make in and of itself, but the resolution was kind of dumb for me. Also, don't tease us like you were saying with the Goku thing. Don't tease us with something that could have been interesting at the end. And hell, that should have been the third movie. That should have been the third Brawly movie. Kakarot versus real Brawly in hell. Let's go. Let's have a fucking all-out fight. Two dead motherfuckers, unrestricted by the limits that their physical bodies put on their strength. Because remember, Kakarot learned Super Saiyan 3 because he was dead, and it didn't have as much damage to his body. And now you got fucking Brawly, who seems to have infinite fucking energy. Let's have these motherfuckers, Super Saiyan 3 Kakarot versus Brawly in hell. Let's go. Balls to the wall. That could have been the third movie. Oh, and that Pecan guy that is there too. Whatever. Because he's like, oh, me and Pecan need to go stop him? Huh? Name dropping. So, this movie, now, granted, this movie isn't the two that I thought it would be, and was entirely prepared to do it, considering I just call him a fucking shit monster. But it ain't good, and as far as being a Brawly movie, it doesn't deliver on being a Brawly movie. Hell, for the 2 seconds before it becomes a shit monster, it definitely saw Goten, and it doesn't even yell Kakarot. The fucking go-to Brawly line. He doesn't even go, Kakarot! And they're like, oh shit, it's Brawly. And then he turns into a shit monster. No. So no. It's not a good movie to me. I didn't like it. I gave the last one a 4.5. This one didn't have kids pissing, but they pissed on folks' expectations, and they pissed on the legacy of a legend, turning him into a shit monster. So I'm giving it a 3.5, a 4 at most. It's not a good movie, and it's not even a Brawly movie. So my rating for Shit Monster versus the C Team is 3.5.
Shit Monster versus the C Team. Oh, bro, wow.
That is what I'm saying.
Shit Monster versus the C Team. That is like, ouch. Fuck. Like, god damn. Oh, man. I don't know if
they're
my
not the
review
D
was...
team. It's not like it was Yamcha. Fucking. It was not like it was Yamcha, Yajirobe, Chaozu, and Oolong. It's not like it was them.
I like the F team with like Mr. Popo and Grandpa Gohan.
Yeah.
Ox King.
Launch. Get some launch in there.
Launch would be D team or C team, depending on what part of Dragon Ball is going on. She wouldn't be F team.
How about the part where the creator forgot she was even a character?
Oh wow, I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, that's why you see less of her later on, because apparently Toriyama literally forgot she was a character.
Speaking of sneezing, that was pretty interesting with the whole sneezing. Then she would just like fucking switch personalities and fucking hair color. But anyway, we're not talking about Launch. Yeah. Launch wasn't in this movie. Actually, I wasn't. Speaking of kitty shit, I was not. I never really got into Dragon Ball as much as I did Dragon Ball Z because Dragon Ball was too kitty for me. But that being said, let me go ahead. Now, I don't know if my review is going to hit the epic scale nowhere near as much as yours did.
I'm sorry, I just didn't like it. I just tried to be. I told you where I was coming from with the movie and why I did it, because I did try to go into it with an open mind. I even said it was better than I thought it was going to be.
But no, what's funny is you said it was better than you thought it was. It was worse than I thought it was. If we're talking about being honest, I feel like the way we've been building this up. Some people may think that the way we've been building this up, I was saying that Bio Brawly was this amazing, incredible, so great movie. And I wasn't saying that it was like so outstandingly like amazing. I was not trying to say that much. I was just saying that it was not as bad. It was not worth the shit that you dubbed Brawly being. I will say this, like I said, it was worse than I thought. I don't think it was. I think it was that bad, but it was worse than I remembered. I will say this though, Brawly did look fucking stupid. That thing did look dumb. It looked like a pile of sludge with blonde hair. It really fucking did. It was dumb as shit. I'm not gonna call it a shit monster. And the reason why we don't call it a shit monster is because the explanation as to how everything happened to get from Brawly that we saw in the human form with Min or whatever the motherfucker's name was to Brawly the sludge with the blonde hair. That explanation of everything did make sense within the confines of the movie. It really did. You take one cell, you build it up, all that shit. That's fucking I think how Cell came about or whatever fuck, but it just in a different way. You take one little bit of DNA, you build something. It was a sci-fi. It was DBZ's way of trying to do a sci-fi. Did they hit it?
And it's kind of like I said, it could have been insert other kind of shit monster here. It just
I'm not
it's
denying.
not. It didn't have to. They didn't have to try and put a Brawly sticker on it and like throw in like 2 seconds and be like, "See, it's a Brawly movie." You know, they could have just
And
had.
I'm not.
They could have had the same thing, the same premise. 18 wants her money. Hercule gets invited to a factory. Dude has bioengineered warriors, and then he's like, "Well, yeah. Well, here's my super fucking duper bioengineered warrior. Oh shit, what the fuck happened? Now it's a shit monster, and we have the same exact plot."
Well, see, but this is the thing though. When it comes to stuff like that, if you slap a recognizable name on it with any movie, then people are gonna be more inclined to want to see it and then see how you do it. Because
Which
with
I did mention when I said
you did, yes,
they put the Brawley name on it just to try and get people to buy it.
yeah, because if you look at the Jumanji movie with The Rock and Jack Black and Kevin Hart, surprisingly really good movie. Nobody would have watched that movie nowhere near as much as they did if it wasn't for the Jumanji name on it. I saw it part and I was like, this is gonna be dumb. It didn't need the Jumanji name. It did not. It could have had any other fucking name on it. Great movie, but yeah. Also, the Ghostbusters movie where who was it? Leslie Jones, Kate McKinnon, Melissa McCarthy, Kristen Wiig, the Ghostbusters remake with all the women instead of the guys and shit. That movie didn't really. Well, it did have a Ghostbusters tie-in, but I've said and I believe that movie was so meh that if they didn't put the Ghostbusters name on it, not as many people would have seen it or given a shit to say, "Ooh, let's see how they tie in Ghostbusters."
Oh,
So I agree.
they definitely wouldn't have given a shit. They would have. Actually, people probably would have gave more of a shit to watch it. Or rather, they would have went into it with more open minds. They probably wouldn't have given a shit, but they would have went into it with more open minds than they would when you stick in the Ghostbusters thing on there.
I agree. I agree.
Because people
because
would have been like, "What? Oh, well, this is Ghostbusters 3? No, it's a reboot."
it's kind of like
And they're
you
like,
with
"Why?
this movie.
Why though?"
It's kind of like you with this
Yeah.
movie. You probably wouldn't have been so harsh on this movie if it didn't have the Brawley name on top of it.
Yeah, it's just like, oh,
Um,
okay, whatever.
but no, what I was getting at was it was DBZ's attempt at making a sci-fi type of movie, and the way I looked at it, even on top of that, is in a sense this was kind of modern day DBZ uh, version of Frankenstein. That little like dude, I forget his fucking name, Jabber, whatever the fuck his name was. He was
Jaguar?
like Frank. Yeah, he Jaguar. He was Frankenstein. Brawley was Frankenstein's monster. Arise, my creation. He got out of hand, and now all of a sudden he's killing everybody. Oh shit. Yeah, it was like it clicked in my head when I was watching. I was like, this is Frankenstein. This is the story of Frankenstein and Frankenstein's monster. But like I said, I'm not gonna lie. This movie was not as good as I remembered. Maybe when I was younger, because I saw it about 10 years ago or a while ago back
Yeah.
anyway. And maybe when I watched it when I was younger, maybe I was like, the name Brawley stuck out to me in a different way of like, oh shit, they found a way to bring Brawley back and it's not pissing and whatnot. Oh man, oh wow, look at Brawley, blah blah blah. So maybe my young self was like, oh shit, it's cool for that reason,
Mhm.
as opposed to it's dumb for that reason. But looking back at it, yeah, Brawley did look dumb as shit, as well as the beginning of this movie was boring as fuck, and there were some stuff that was stupid. I did like some of the one-liners though, man. Like they did have some one-liners that stuck out. One that sticks out to me, for instance, is when some shit happened and like blew up when Brawley first came out, and then Trunks goes, "What was that?" And then Goten goes, "Something bad." That was funny. So they did have one-liners peppered throughout that I did find funny in this movie too.
It had some Dragon Ball terror. Obviously, they had some jokes in there. You know, Hercule is Hercule. He's gonna be funny.
Mm,
Yeah, Mr. Satan, whatever. I'm American. I'll call him Hercule if I want to. That's what I grew up with. I know his name's Mr. Satan. I don't care. I'm
mm.
calling him Hercule.
And also I like the idea of them attempting a movie with different characters besides the typical cast. The problem is another thing that I thought, real quick, another thing that I thought when I was watching this was that this was an experiment and we can stop this experiment because it was like it made me think of like on Family Guy when they tried to have all the episodes centered around Brian and Stewie.
Yeah,
It's like that was an experiment that worked.
yeah,
This was an experiment y'all can stop. So yeah.
pretty
Um.
much.
So yeah, I gave the last movie. I think I gave the last movie a four.
You gave it. I
Mate,
think we agreed on 4.5
4.5.
because it was
Um.
below average. Because like me, with this one, you're like, I still don't like this, but I think better of it than I used to.
hmm Now I'm gonna go ahead and say though, the old me when I first saw this 10 years ago or somewhere around that, maybe more, maybe less, not too much, around 10 years ago. The old me probably would have given this movie a seven and said that it was actually pretty decent. Not gonna rate it that high. This movie, I will say that it is just above average. This is gonna be one of the first movies, a few movies I should say, that we disagree on. So I'm actually gonna rate this movie 2 points higher than you, 5.5. It's just above average.
Fair enough. I I disagree, but
Not as bad
there
as
you
you
go.
remember, not as good as I remember. There you go.
It, I don't like it because
Like
like
I
I
said, I'm not
said,
gonna lie. Brawley looked dumb as he looked dumb as shit. It looked stupid.
Brawley looked dumb. It's like, okay, you got the first Brawley movie. You got Brawley in his bad attitude look,
Great
his
movie.
bad attitude lines, his bad attitude ass whoopings. Okay, that's cool. Brawley second coming. You got Brawley, badass look, take away the lines, still got some ass whoopings in there. Not as much as the previous movie, but okay. It's still, I can believe that this is Brawley, and obviously something happened after he got Toei punched, and now he's just a bit dumber now. But it's subpar, and it's a subpar movie in general. Okay, and then you got the third movie. Take away the badass look and the badass lines. The ass whooping, not really that badass. Occasionally he shook off damage, but there were also numerous times they looked like they could have won before the end.
That's true.
It's just like the constant decline for me in like the character itself. And then, like I said, it was a subpar movie to me in general. Even like by I say even by DBZ standard, but a lot of the DBZ movies are good. But I do think, at least so far with these rewatches, that is my least favorite.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Uh, like I said though, I just the thing with Second Coming, man.
Yes,
Second
the kid
Coming,
peed on him, but you got fucking
it's
random pants falling down and mooning in this movie for no fucking reason.
I know, but it's like it's hard for me for some reason, and I'm telling myself, Jazz, look past that, Jazz, look past that,
Okay,
and there is
for
other
me,
stuff.
it's the well, the movie has a lot of low points, but in terms of the P, it's like there's the one absolute low point, and then there's the movie as a whole. I guess having a movie with Brawley in it and it has things I don't like, I value, however slightly more than having a Brawley movie in name only that doesn't even really have Brawley in it
I
and is
liked,
bad. And I
I
didn't like,
liked. I'm
and
sorry.
while the supporting cast thing, like you were saying with the whole, you're also giving them more credit for the supporting cast switch than I am,
Mm,
because while yes, it is technically them trying something different. A, they tried it with the first movie to know
True,
its liking.
true.
And two, you saw the first movie and were like, well, at least we threw in a Gohan. Let's take away even that. Let's just make sure it's literally no one anyone cares about, and throw the movie name on it. And the difference between that and the Family Guy Stewie and Brian things is Stewie and Brian, while they aren't the rest of the cast, are like two of the top three most popular characters on the fucking show.
That is very true. That is very true.
It's like if you were
Um,
to take a Dragon Ball movie and be like, fuck the rest of this cast. This movie's only about Goku and Vegeta. Let's see if that works if we take the rest of the cast out and only make a movie about Goku and Vegeta. Oh, wait. Speaking of which, our next movie, Fusion Reborn.
well, I was gonna say real quick. Kid Trunks and Goten, like I said, I give them a little credit for trying something new with that, and then doing it again, and taking away Videl, and then adding what was it, Hercule 18, mixing it up and whatnot, and then Krillin came in with the hair and all that shit. I give them credit for that, but while I was watching it, yes, Goten and Kid Trunks did annoy me. Yes, they did. So yeah, that's why I say it was an experiment. It was just failed.
Yeah, and I
I
actually
would I would
like
have been
Kid
fine.
Trunks.
I would have been fine with uh Gohan not showing up in Second Coming at all for the most part though, because I like the idea that they tried different shit. But yeah, we can stop the let's try different shit bandwagon. Like we're good.
And like I said, it's more of an idea. Like if you're making something, even if you want to experience a bit, just to see what happens, you gotta have something, especially if you're trying to sell. And I guess they tried to do the try and have something to sell with the Brawly title, but
Yeah, oh,
that's not
definitely.
enough. But I'm saying you gotta have something that even the most casual of fan goes, "Yay, here they are." Like at least Gohan in the previous movies, like okay, so we're dealing with Goten, Trunks, and Videl. I don't really like these kids, and Videl's cool and all, but whatever. I get what they're doing, but I'm not. That's not really for me. And then it's like this isn't really for me. Oh shit, that's Gohan. Oh man. Oh shit, they
Casual
brought in
fan would say that.
Goku.
Yeah.
Oh shit, they brought in Goku. Then you get this movie, and it's like okay. Oh, so the biggest star you get from the series is Krillin.
Yeah.
Uh,
Um. Uh. I fucked you. I fucked your like beautiful segue all the way up too. By the way. What was I gonna say? But yeah. Before we move on, so for me, order of the movies from best to worst would be obviously the first one, third one, second one.
I'm pretty sure we know mine first, second,
Huh?
third. I said I'm pretty sure we know mine first, second,
Yeah,
third.
the order they came out. Yeah.
They got worse with each one,
Okay.
and like I said, like I said, it's like I gave it 3.54 max. I'll say 4. It's still less than the previous movie to me, but both of them are very bad movies. But at least the previous
Yes.
one had
That we
Brawly
can
in it.
agree on. That we
And
can agree on
like
that
I
both
said,
that.
at least the previous one had Brawly in it.
Mm.
Because I
All right.
think, because I think even if I didn't, even if this did have Brawly in it, I still would rank it. I would make it even. Because I don't think it's a average movie. I think it's below average.
I just like I said, I like them taking a chance with the story. That's why I did like that. Um, but yeah, Fusion Reborn. I remember Fusion Reborn being decent. I think Fusion Reborn was the first DBZ movie I bought. Huh. But I remember Fusion Reborn being pretty decent. We'll see if I still feel the same. I remember Janimba being pretty cool. Janimpa was weird. Janimpa, the big yellow dude, and then how like all of that stuff with him and how he got formed was just so yeah. We'll talk about that week.
Well, we'll see. Either way, a bit longer than usual, but there was a reason for that. We're talking about this movie.
This is the movie you all have been waiting for.
Yeah,
Right.
so
If you've been watching these movies.
yeah, if you've been watching the reviews, it led
Review.
up to this. Final line is, I still don't like it. Jazz still likes it more than the previous one.
But I still don't like it.
Yeah.
I think we can both agree. How do you go from something as good as Brawly Legendary Super Saiyan to these two, period?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what the fuck? But anyway.
Alright, guys. Adiosness. You can see us around. Links in the description. My boy Superjaz over here is a rapper with a singer buddy. He's got his own album, 20 something. Get it while the name still applies.
Word.
You know me. I'm here. I also got the Twitch channel. You know about it already.
Yes, yes.
You guys have a good one. Adiosness.